Find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports.
This stuff
just a short
time we're going
ago,
for the dub.
Loud enough to reverberate across the Rockies.
We're going for the dub.
They're ready for football in Denver as the Broncos get set to do battle with the Jacksonville Jaguars. That's fielded in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line.
Sunday.
On the ground, this is Leonard Fournette. Fournette fighting through. The Jags picking up the first down there, a gain of 12.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
They keep it with Fournette on first down. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
The All-Pro Von Miller there on the tackle.
That nigga don't like that defense, though. You don't like that one right there.
Of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into.
See where that ball at, dog?
You
see where that ball at, dog? You see where that ball at, dog? That's all I need. The ball to be right there on the ground. Man, really, ain't nothing you can do with that defense, man. And then if you think you go break.
The punt team nowhere to be found. They're on the sidelines. Offense going to go for this on the opening drive. They do go for it. It's Bortles. Into heavy traffic.
Bingo.
It's intercepted. Picked up by the
Bingo.
Bradley Roby. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line.
Man, ain't nothing you can do with me, chillin'. Nothing you can do with me, man.
Too many runs in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. After the interception, here's Keenum. Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. A.J. Boye with a pick, and he's able to get it back here to the 33-yard line.
Come on, now.
Thomas, the intended
man, listen
target.
Here, man. I did that.
That's a drive killer right
I
there.
did
Not
that,
a really
man.
confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Fournette, a first down carry.
Come on, man. Ain't nothing over there but a wall, bro. Get 2, 3 at best.
Derek Wolfe there on the tackle.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Now Bortles.
Let me get them, boy. Boy, I got to stick with it. I got to stick with it. See, that was all. Use it up, boy. We there, boy. We there, boy. We there. We're there, boy. We are there.
And say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
So they get the INT. Now here's Keenum. And he will find his man for the first time, Demaryius Thomas. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down. Now a first down throw. Keenum. And the Jags get to him as down he goes.
Oh, man, that nigga think he got something going on.
Touchdown for him in the Super Bowl. Malik Jackson continuing to fight downfield. The big tackle gets him for a loss of 11.
No, Roger.
On second down, here's Keenum. Forced out to his left. And now he'll let this one go deep, back over the middle. That's going to be knocked away.
I did that myself.
Incomplete.
I did that
Emmanuel
myself.
Sanders, the intended
Put it on the
receiver.
charger then.
And that'll make it third down. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Keenum. Flush to his right. Looking deep for Demarius. So they took a shot there on third down. Couldn't get it. Now it's fourth.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Jaguars go on offense, first down and 10. Bortles leads the Jags up first and 10 at their own 28-yard line. They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And some space here. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown,
man, come on,
Jaguars. A big play there. 72 yards. And the Jags have taken the early lead. Well called, well blocked,
It's
and
the
he
field
just
goal.
made a great play.
What? Let me put it on charge.
Going a long way.
Yeah, how about the suddenness to it? Just getting there and taking off and going. For the defensive guys, plays like that really hurt.
Oh, man. Here, I put it on charge. Here, go down and chill till the
Here's
charge
Lambeau
up.
out to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Now this Broncos offensive unit ready to head back out onto the field. And this is their third drive. Right now, maybe not about points, just about getting something. They haven't gotten a first down yet in this game.
It's a mental barrier you don't think about until you go a couple of drives without getting a first down. Then all of a sudden it looms big. It gets harder and harder to actually attain that first down.
You better calm down. Sit down till the phone charge up.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll lose yardage here, going down back at the 28. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Anytime you call an inside running play, you just know there should be a lot of congestion there. You're counting on your offensive line to take control of the line of scrimmage. That didn't happen in this case, and that play got bottled up.
He'll rifle this one deep right side. And that's caught inside the 35. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A gain of 39 that time. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a first and 10 down at the 33. They'll run it now out of the gun. And a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
All right, Brandon, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
You better be quiet.
To throw on second down is Keenum. Sanders has it over the middle. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
First carry for Royce Freeman.
I always appreciate runners who understand situations. That was just 3rd and inches. No reason to dance around in the backfield and try and break off a bigger play. Just go pick up the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
Okay.
Back alongside Charles Davis,
leave it
I'm
on the
Brandon
charge.
Gaudin. It's Bronco football to begin quarter number 2. And they're on the move here. They've got it 1st and 10. Now it's Keenum. He's got a man. It's his fullback. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it and throw it. Go play action and take your shot at the end zone.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Now Keenum throwing on 2nd. This is Booker on the dump off. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. They'll give him 8 on the play, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
Let's go, let's go. Harry left, Harry left. Here goes the hot. There goes Rodney.
Here's Keenum. Pressure from his right, and he goes down hard, flat on his back. Malik Jackson in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. And McManus able to put it through. And they are on the board, trailing now at 6-3. So 3 drives now for this offense, and that field goal gives them
really not
3
it.
points.
So if you're an
It really not it. I know what not to do the next time.
You're in the wrong line of work, aren't you? You got to find a way to unlock the key to these defenses and put some big points on the board.
He's got a convoy, and he might be gone. Touchdown, Jaguars. Corey Grant with what will be called a 107-yard return. And the Jaguars add 6 to their lead.
And as we've talked to special teams coaches, that theme of being aggressive continues to come through, doesn't it? When they moved the kickoff back to the 35, it was going to cut down on the number of opportunities. But if you've got a special guy, you give him the green light no matter
what.
I'm just
taking my time.
In this case, it paid off handsomely.
He fielded it deep in the range.
I'm just taking my time.
Like, oh, no,
I ain't got nothing to prove, man. I'm just taking my time. I'm down by 10 points.
Yeah, sometimes you have to remind your head coach.
I get a field goal right here and be good.
The green light for bringing it out from deep in the end zone, and that's exactly why he did.
On 1st and 10, here's Keenum.
Oh, I should have sent that nigga out.
Intercepted. Picked off by Barry Church. And he will take
I should have sent that nigga
It's a
out.
touchdown.
That was an interception, but on the field, the guys who are picking it off, they're not saying that. What word are they
You
using?
already know what time it is.
And that means catch the ball and go the other way.
That's your vernacular. I've never heard anybody say Oski.
Ask around. They'll tell you.
Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful.
I'm down 20-3, y'all. Y'all notice the NFL,
It's a short
right?
kick, taking it to 15.
Y'all notice the NFL, right?
To the 38-yard line.
Y'all notice the
Great return.
NFL, right?
And Denver getting set to take the field. Good starting position for the Broncos here as they come up 1st and 10. Fresh off the pick six, here's Keenum. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Barry Church. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. Well, when someone other than the quarterback is throwing the football,
ain't nobody even studying that shit you talking.
Disaster, and here it was the latter.
Nowhere in between, right? You're exactly right. It takes some fortitude to call that type of a play. But when it doesn't work, oh, boy, you wish you hadn't.
Adam Gotsis, the big Aussie, in on the tackle. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends are like in a sprint.
There you go.
3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted.
There you go.
Picked off
there you go.
Marshall. And he
there you
returns
go.
it into enemy territory down to
there
the
you go, y'all.
45-yard line.
And that's now the 2nd time he's picked off a pass here in the first half alone. Again, another great read defensively, and you just see him get in the right position to make the play and get his guys the football back.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He's going to let this go deep, back over the middle. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. It was the free safety to Sean Gibson who was able to range over and knock it away.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
And down inside the 40 to about the 38. 2nd down, a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets them to 3rd and 3 now. 2 minutes to play here in the first half. Back to Denver right after this.
Man, y'all see the score, y'all.
On 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3.
Y'all see he got me, y'all.
From the gun, it's Keenum. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack.
I know what I got to do with that
Campbell able to get him down for a loss of 11 on the play, and it'll be 4th down. 4th down for Keenum. And my goodness, this is incomplete. The Broncos unable to convert here on 4th. And this defense will take over right near midfield at the 49-yard line. Well, partner, of all the great things that we saw in Week 1, unfortunately there was some bad. Quite a few injuries. And the toughest one, Delaney Walker with that knee injury. He's gone for the year.
Yeah, and that's really, really difficult for the Tennessee Titans to absorb because
well, don't let me come through that gap on you,
he's
son.
their _1 target.
Don't let me come through that gap on you.
But he
don't let
was
me come through that gap on you,
for Marcus Mariota. He'll be gone for the year. Greg Olsen with the
I ain't Ole
Panthers,
Miss, bro.
He left the game in a walking boot.
See, I play with control. I know what to do.
Surgically repaired
I know what to
last
do.
year, and then there's some other injuries like Leonard Fournette
I know
with
what to do.
Jacksonville, Marquise Goodwin with San Francisco, Deshaun Jackson with Tampa Bay, Doug Baldwin with Seattle, and don't forget Keanu Neal with the Atlanta Falcons. He got hurt, came back, left again. He's gone for the season as well with an ACL.
10 yards there, good enough for a Jags first down.
This guy's well on his way now to a big game on the ground. It's another good run there. Puts him over the century mark in yardage, and we're still in the 2nd quarter.
Tackled by Bradley Chubb, the number 5 pick in the 2018 draft. A fake to Fournette, now it's Bortles to throw.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
A good pick up there at 22. They'll try and run for it with Fournette. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. It'll be a 3-yard pickup, and it brings up 2nd and goal.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. All right, Coach, thank you.
Down by 17 points.
For quarter number 3.
Ain't looking good, down by 17 points. Ain't looking good, down by 17.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is taken about 7 yards deep.
It is over with now.
And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never wanted to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
Damn, that nigga swatted the damn ball. That nigga still right there to pick that.
A.J. Boye with a pick. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line. First possession of the third quarter, an interception, so maybe a second-half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. Now a play fake. Bortles. And he'll get that to Fournette, complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
Spread right, 72.
Bortles on the give to Fournette. And an alley to run. Down the numbers. There he goes. Touchdown, Jaguars. A great effort there. His second touchdown of the afternoon. And the forced turnover on defense leads to 6 points. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And Denver getting set to take the field. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
I'm just patient.
Join me in a walk to their locker room at the half.
I'm patient.
Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, wake up. Yeah. Let's get moving, guys.
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Tashawn Gibson. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. The interception woes, they just continue to mount. He's thrown 5 picks. At this point, you got to be thinking, is it something between the ears?
I think a confidence hit does occur once you start getting those numbers up there a little bit. But as you and I both know, it's not always just one guy's fault. Maybe somebody ran a wrong pattern. Maybe some balls were tipped. It could be so many different things. Bottom line, though, it comes back to the guy throwing them.
38 yards on the scamper there.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Adam Gotsis in there to bury him for a loss of 11.
Enough takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
On 3rd down, Fournette. And he'll go down at the 28. It's a 6-yard gain, and it leaves them looking at a 4th down.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. They'll take that any time you hand the ball to a back.
And Paul has it. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. Wow, 1st and goal, and defensively, all they can do is shake their heads. Not only did they allow the conversion, but a big play as well. Now Leonard Fournette. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Well, he was stopped on that play. We've had plenty of carries all afternoon. Every now and then the defense is going to win one, but I don't think they'll shy away from handing it to him the rest of the game.
Got his man, it's caught. Touchdown, Jaguars. Niles Paul from 6 yards away. And the Jaguars continue to roll. Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And the lead will swell by 1 more. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. Short boot, take it at the 21. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it out past the 35. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit.
That's it.
Ball pops out. Incomplete.
That's it. That's it.
Brandon, this is one bright side to that incompletion.
That's it, right?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. It's a big play. Keenum to Thomas. 51 yards.
Tell the truth, partner. You didn't think he was coming down with that one, did you? Come on, tell me the truth.
No, I didn't. I'll tell you what, though. A one-handed grab of that length. Talk about giving. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by the linebacker, Telvin Smith. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They begin with a run by Fournette, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. Again, it's Fournette. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to bring up a 3rd and about 7 left.
Third quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Paul. That one good for a gain of 13 for Jacksonville and a 1st down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a 1st down.
On 2nd down, here's Fournette. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to him.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Todd Davis. And the return stops at the 39-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
He's going to fire one deep left sideline. So they took a shot on first down but couldn't connect.
All right, that one fell incomplete there, but the best quarterbacks, they'll miss on 40% of their throws, somewhere in that neighborhood. Similar to a great hitter in baseball who's going to fail 7 out of 10 times and still have a great year. In this case, you want perfection, but way better than it.
And now here is another interception. Picked off near the 26. And he'll take this back all the way up past the 45-yard line. Switching gears for a second, because you and I were talking earlier. We had some odd games in week 1. I don't think anything, though, takes the cake quite like that game in Miami. How about that lightning delay? Multiple lightning delays.
Yeah, when you open up the season in the state of Florida and it's not a dome,
good luck.
You've got a chance of this happening, right? It happened in Tampa a couple of seasons ago, maybe a couple of times if I remember correctly. This game wound up taking 7 hours and 8 minutes to finish when all was said and done. Normally, we do a game in 3.5 or less. That's unbelievable. So, great stamina for the fans, great stamina for the players, and how about our colleagues in the announce booth? Great stamina for them as well.
Indeed. Longest game in NFL history. A 14-yard first down pickup for the Jaguars. Running game working. They'll stick with it on first down. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. Welcome back now to Denver. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. On play action, now Bortles. He'll check this one off to Fournette. And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. First down, Jacksonville. The passing game looking sharp on this drive for the Jags.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into...
And he'll take this one in for a Jags touchdown. A great play there. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Jaguars are pouring it on. So another score there. Often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
Yeah, they are looking strong here in the fourth quarter. The Broncos offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. And that is caught. One-handed. Oh, my, he pulled it in. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Emmanuel Sanders, 67 yards. And the Broncos get one score closer. On here, Brandon McManus for the point after. Extra point from McManus is good as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Jaguars are going to cover this one up. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them all game long. He's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
A handoff to Fournette. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Well, that looked like an example of what you said back in the first half. A running back of his size can really wear down a defense. I think he's starting to do that.
I think you're exactly right. And know what else he's doing? He's inspiring the rest of his team because they see this starting to happen as well. So that means they're going to redouble their efforts to help him out. Extra blocking, getting downfield, helping him out.
And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. A great effort there. A 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Jaguars continue to roll. Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. It's a short kick, taking it to 15. And that should give his guys a spark. He's up all the way to the 44-yard line.
Even after that big-time return, it's not looking great for them today. But if nothing else, even if the miracle doesn't happen, they can turn to this play and say, hey, we can move forward. Maybe it's a building block for the rest of the season.
On first down, Keenum. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. It was the free safety to Sean Gibson who was able to range over and knock it away.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. Buying time to his left. Looking for Sanders here. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Barry Church. And this one will be brought back to the 22. And that gives him now 3 interceptions in the game.
Well, someone's locked into what they're trying to get done in the passing game. When was the last time we had someone get 3 in a contest?
2011, wasn't it? Kurt Coleman.
Oh, yeah,
then with the Eagles.
That's right. Then against with the Eagles, and I believe it was against Washington and Rex Grossman.
That's correct. A good pickup there, a 22. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the fourth quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Derek.
Stop, boy.
Home speed. What is area? Home speed. Madden NFL 19. Madden NFL 19.
And he goes down once more. Von Miller in there to drop him, and back-to-back sacks now bring up 4th and long. And the Jaguars send out their punter. Always a good sign when your first punt comes in the 4th quarter. Jones on the return. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Now the Broncos offense, they get set to head back onto the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and do it.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Malik Jackson able to disrupt yet another pass play. His 3rd sack of the afternoon.
Yeah, we're good, we're good.
On second down, Freeman. And nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets him back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. Malik Jackson there to make the stop.
Go over there, sit down. Go sit down.
Time for a break.
Yeah, I'll run it back.
Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. The Broncos on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be 3rd and forever. Now Keenum. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Calais Campbell with a big-time sack on 3rd down. And it'll be a loss of 7.
Oh, man.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Let's go, let's go.
Now Keenum got to have this one. And he's going to go down. He backed up into the end zone, and this is going to wind up a safety. Things are just going from bad to worse now. It's a safety that does him in here, and that is one frustrated offensive unit.
They can't get out from under their own shadow right now. I mean, I know this is the NFL, but could you imagine a college crowd right now? That's what they'd be doing. They'd be chanting, "Start the bus," because they think this one is over.
The Jaguars offense now heads back onto the field. They come into enemy territory, and I don't care what the matchup is in the National Football League. You're up like this late in the game on the road. This feels pretty good.
Oh, it feels fantastic. Anytime you get a road victory in the NFL, that's a big-time accomplishment, and to do it this convincingly, that just tears up the script that every home team has, which is nobody comes into our house and pushes us around. They took care of business today.
Yeah, they pushed around, and now the final stages of this one. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Give him 30 yards there.
And they just hit another big completion there, and I think in days gone by in the NFL, you might have asked, is this a little bit of overkill? Is this rubbing it in? I don't think people feel the same way nowadays.
The age-old argument. Then you could say on the other side, if you're going to get angry about it, stop it, right?
Go ahead and stop me. And I think a lot of the times they just look at it like, let's just play the game, and however it turns out, it turns out.
Let's go, let's go. Hey, spread left. Spread left.
Bortles going to look to throw. Dumps it off to Fournette. And he's going to go out of bounds, taking it down inside the 25. First down, Jacksonville. The passing game looking sharp on this drive for the Jags.
Mike 39, Lucy.
Now a play fake here on first down. They'll roll him out right. And that is incomplete.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with them.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Play action. Now it's Bortles. He'll buy some time right. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues.
And to me, that touchdown allows you to start grinning widely on your sideline. I think they pretty much locked this one away.
Yeah, that's the clincher, the proverbial icing on the cake, if you will. Point after by Lambeau, up and good. And that will extend this big lead.
Probably so, man. Probably so.
Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that, and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team, and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. Keenum. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. He was trying to hit Thomas that time, and it's 3rd down.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. To throw, it's Keenum. He's going to let it fly. And this will be caught at the 30. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late, but he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
So despite the huge deficit, they're going to keep fighting. Here comes the onside kick. And the Jaguars are going to cover this one up. Now they're down big here in the 4th. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
Bortles going to throw here. Looking deep downfield. And now here is another interception. It's Chris Harris with a pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Now they get a 4th quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. One last throw for Keenum. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is dropped and incomplete. Well, there's a metaphor for how this one is gone as time has run out on this ball game.
That nigga just beat my ass, y'all. We finna run it back, though. Just hold on now.